always writing music. I was always my mom's front, my room in my mom's house, the front room, just making beats all day long, and then a lot of my boys would come over and just we work on music, collaborate on music, and just come up with demos or whatnot to be able to shop in the industry and stuff like that. None of us knew anything about the record industry. We just knew what we knew from the talent shows and whatnot. Just trying to do what we could back in 86, 87.
So would you say it was an easy process, or it took you a while to break in, or?
It was very hard because, knowing nothing about something, it's like you only link with the people that you think are going to lead you in the right direction. I was blessed to link with my homie Daryl Phillips early on, who was a cat who was basically breaking into the industry, getting his feet wet, and I was like one of his first acts that he really took under his wing and started managing and taking around the label. So we started going to every label together. And it was just a hustle, from 16 to 18. Well, really, I started shopping really shopping at about 16 years old.
16.
Yeah.
So was that difficult still being in school and trying to do your music and?
Yeah, because it's like my schoolwork took the back seat to all that. Yeah, unfortunately, it was like.
So you have a whole bunch of A's on your transcripts, I would assume.
Yeah. Right there. No. I mean, I was doing what I wanted to do. I was doing what I was so focused to do, and I had no other intention in my mind, so it wasn't no backup plan.
Okay.
It was like either this happens or I'm getting kicked out because I'm not going to college.
No.
Like, hey, stay in school, y'all. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, I'm basically just, I was focused. I knew what I wanted.
Okay. In the music industry, we hear about, all the positive things, all the accolades. I've heard many artists talk about some of the negative side of the industry. How do you keep that negative vibe away? How do you keep everything positive and sort of keep the parasites away from you?
Well, I'm fairly new to the industry. Even though this is my 4th album, I still feel like I still haven't really gotten my foot all the way in the door for some reason. You seeing albums being sold for 8 million, 10 million, as far as like 10 million records sold, it's like, I can only dream of those numbers, But at the same time, I'm not in it for that reason, so I just kind of keep to myself a lot, and maybe I shouldn't be, so, kind of like on the low or whatever with my music, but I think that the reason why I do that is so that when I do step out, I step out all the way with something that I know the whole world is going to be able to relate to, and I think each time it's just kind of like with the effort from the record company as well as your own efforts, like it's got to be, the support's got to be there, that promotion's got to be there too, so it's what it is, man. You live and you learn. My last album was kind of a disappointment from my perspective because I only had one single release, and to sell a record, to sell a whole album, because that's what we're doing here. We're not selling, singles. We're selling albums, whole bodies of work. So it's like to sell an album is, it's gonna take a lot more than one single. I think people to go spend their, like, whatever, $18, $19 now for a CD sometimes. Spend that money, you gotta at least know, all right, there's like 2 or 3 joints I'm feeling, So it's what it is, man. I make the best of it though. I've learned a lot from actually going through the whole label change, because I'm on a whole new label now with DreamWorks Records.
And how's that going for you? Do you feel at home? Do you feel like you found a good fit?
A new home, for sure. And we'll see what happens, man. I can only just wish the best. And so far, everything from the photo shoot to making the album, it's been a lot easier than other times, and a lot more faith this time.
So in your spare time, what do you like to do? I know that you said that, you love writing music and you're passionate about that, but what do you do when you're not doing your music thing?
Kind of like what we're doing right here.
Okay, chilling in the pool?
Yeah, I mean, I try to stay as much, I try to stay away from stress as much as possible, so I don't really go out a lot. When I do go out, I try to make it about business or, touching the people with my music or whatever. I've been doing a lot of DJ gigs actually lately.
Really?
just going to clubs and playing records I love and stuff. And that actually gives me an opportunity to play new music of mine, nobody's heard.
So who
Just
are
having
some of the
fun.
artists that you're feeling right now? You said that you've been DJing. Are there some
Oh.
artists that you're really feeling?
Definitely. I think right now my favorite artists are people kind of pressing the envelope right now. I think somebody like Erykah Badu definitely goes down on one of my favorite lists. D'Angelo is definitely one of my favorites. Music Soul Child. It's just such a huge list. I mean, there's other artists that really never really gotten their props that I feel like need to get their props. Like like an artist like Stokely from In Condition. Such a brilliant singer, and I mean, the list is so vast, man. I could start naming names all day. That's only in the R&B realm. There's a whole the hip hop realm.